What do the Green Bay Packers need to do this offseason? They are $4 million over the cap. They are losing Rasheed Walker, Romeo Dobbs, Malik Willis, Quay Walker. But the beauty of the Green Bay Packers is that no team has more patience with early draft picks than the Green Bay Packers. Because Matthew Golden's going to come in and fill Romeo Dobbs' shoes immediately. James Morgan's going to come in and fill Rasheed Walker's shoes immediately. Hopefully they get the similar production in those two young guys as they did out of Rasheed Walker and Romeo Dobbs, but for a bunch of $1 million cheaper. It's just next level roster management out of the Green Bay Packers. They're playing 4D chess here. I think Matthew Golden is going to be a steal in fantasy drafts next season. Very similar player to Romeo Dobbs in terms of fast feet, elite separators, great route runners. Matthew Golden was the best route runner in the class last year. I believe that at the time. I might have a foot in my mouth because of it, because Emeka Buka also looked pretty damn good this year at times. But either way, Matthew Golden was electric at Texas. Big play guy, fast guy, great route running ability. I think his 40-yard dash time was a little bit inflated, but either way, fast, burner, take the top off, but can run every single route on the route tree. Kind of similar to Romeo Dobbs. I think Dobbs is just a little bit bigger, better ball skills. Matthew Golden can eat up man coverage. That was Dobbs' number one job. Separate. That's what Matthew Golden can do. And then James Morgan, first round pick in 2024, for filling in for Rasheed Walker. It's just next level stuff here out of Green Bay. It really is. Offensively, I think they're in a really good spot. They have one of the best O-lines in football. If James Morgan can be a plus starter, or at least a league average starter like Rasheed Walker was. Rasheed Walker a little bit of more than league average. They have Josh Jacobs. Jordan Love's fringe top 10 quarterback, obviously a franchise guy. Matthew Golden, Tucker Kraft coming back, Dontavian Wicks, Savion Williams, Jaden Reed. They have weapons. Like all of those guys, you get the ball in their hands and look the fuck out, including Tucker Kraft. And the way LaFleur uses and implements these guys, pretty elite. One of the best offensive play callers, one of the best offensive minds in the league. The problems with the Packers are on the defensive side of the ball, particularly in the secondary and in the interior of that defensive line. Sign Calais Campbell. Sign Calais Campbell on the interior of that defensive line. That guy was top 5 in defensive tackles and pressures and sacks. That guy is still playing at a plus level at the interior defensive line position at the 3 technique. Get this guy in the building and then draft a defensive tackle in the second or third or later rounds. Also, I really like, I've talked about this every episode now. I did watch Aiden Fisher today when I rewatched the national championship. That guy fucking sucks. Everything I ever said about Aiden Fisher, that guy fucking sucks. But there is something to be said about him being the green dot leader of Indiana's defense, where like you could take him in the 7th round and maybe he can fill in a Quay Walker shoes. But that guy's slow, undersized, not overly physical, not great eye. But either way, Jacob Rodriguez, Sonny Styles probably won't fall to him. The off-ball linebacker from Georgia. Like there are guys that they can replace Quay Walker with, and they draft off-ball linebackers really well. Quay Walker, Edgerrin Cooper being number one examples of that. So I think they can replace Quay Walker in the draft easily. They draft linebackers particularly well. Lucas Van Ness, I think that guy stinks. That guy doesn't count. But other than him, they draft linebackers really, really well. They don't have a first this year. Micah Parsons, worth it. You buy that Micah Parsons in a first-round pick this year. I think it's going to be a relatively quiet offseason. Like, they don't have too many holes. They don't have too many assets either. They're not a team that usually spends a lot of money, but this is a really, really deep cornerback class. Calais Campbell, Jamel Dean. I'm going to be hammering home Jamel Dean. Any team that needs a corner, I'm going to be saying Jamel Dean. But even if they don't want to go Jamel Dean, Rashawn Wright, Josh Jobe, Cam Taylor, but there's some veteran corners they can get to improve the corner position. But, like, if you're not splashing on a Jamel Dean or a Sean Wright, who honestly only has one real elite year of production, or if you're not splashing on Jalen Watson, who I think is a little bit overrated, like, how much of an upgrade is it from Carrington Valentine and Keyshawn Nixon if you bring in a Cam Taylor Britt for the price tag too? Like, how much of an upgrade really is it? And they have the best safeties in the NFL, and Xavier McKinney and Evan Williams, who was incredibly underrated. Maybe an edge rusher too, outside of like Micah Parsons, Rashawn Gary's nasty, but Lucas Van Ness can't get his shit together. I don't know. I think it's going to be a quiet offseason for Green Bay. I think it's going to be a really quiet offseason for Green Bay. I'm not being lazy. They genuinely don't have that many holes, and they don't have that much assets in order to fill their holes on the interior of the defensive line. So I think they should just sign a corner, sign Calais Campbell. That's really what it is. Sign Calais Campbell. You're in a win now mode. You're a win now team. This guy is going to give you win now elite production on the interior of your defensive line, and that is the weakest part of your defensive line. He's still playing at a great level at 39 years old. 1 year, $10 million. And then sign Jamel Dean too, and I think your defense is elite. Elite. Draft Jacob Rodriguez in the 2nd round, 3rd round, or whatever favorite off-ball linebacker you have. There's a million of them in the draft. And I believe in Matthew Golden enough where their receivers will be just fine. And I think Tucker Kraft's a top 3 tight end in football. So offensively, they're going to be fine. Get back to running the football with Josh Jacobs. Maybe draft a Jadarian Pierce, the other running back out of Notre Dame in the 2nd or 3rd round as well. If you don't feel confident in Josh Jacobs, but you have Marshawn Lynch, I think the Packers are in a good spot. I think they're in a really, really good spot. They just don't have a lot of assets to fill their needs. Sign Calais Campbell. That's all it really is. Sign Calais Campbell and then maybe a corner or two. Jamel D, if you can free up enough cap space, which they can. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Hit that subscribe button. I'm rebuilding every single team. We've done 8 of them so far. Make sure you go look at the playlist and watch them all. Hit the like button, subscribe to all of them. I'll talk to you guys later.